welcome back to another 6-scale figure review with me, your host, That Metro Mania, and today we have the Star Wars Hot Toys MM681 Mace Windu. I feel like it was just yesterday I was ordering this guy after seeing him in a tease from the Super Battle Droid photos. I've been looking forward to this guy forever. I love collecting Jedi, as we all know, and I love Jedi Masters, as we all know, and Mace Windu is up there on the top 10 Jedi Masters of all time. At least in the Clone Wars era. There's a lot of really good Jedi, so I can't be biased because I do like the High Republic era Jedi. Not like the show, the books. I'm talking about the books. But Mace Windu is somebody I've been looking forward to for a while. I would say it's been a while since I got a Jedi, but as you know, that would be a lie. But let me stop rambling here and let's look at the box. I love Star Wars boxes because they're nice and simple. Nice picture of Mace Windu, flipping it around. Pretty straightforward information. Flipping it back around and Mace Windu, flipping it around. This is pretty simple information. Flip it around again. Mace Windu is still there. Flip it around. Same information. Flip it around this time though, and it's still Mace Windu. Anyway, we've done enough flipping. How about we get to the part of the video where we actually look at the figure and I don't waste your time. So my current favorite thing about this guy is how many different ways there are to display him. You can have him with his robes. You can have him without the robes. You can have him in Clone Wars armor. I think this is a great figure and a great opportunity for future concepts, especially because they're doing it with Kit Fisto now as well. I'm hoping to see maybe more Jedi with their clone. Like Plo Koon would be awesome to see, especially in his Jedi General gear. I don't know why that slipped my mind, because the armor look is a lot better and the sideshow one is a little outdated, as I've said. And just, having the option to switch around between Jedi Master and Jedi General is a really good concept, and I'm glad Hot Toys is trying it. Anyway, this is Mace Windu. He looks great. Let's take a closer look at him. So like I previously said, this guy does come with some nice interchangeable stuff, but first let's take a look at his lightsaber, which is a nice black and gold saber. It does not say BMF on it anywhere. It's BAMF or BMF, I believe, that was sculpted into the bottom of it. But it is a super nice lightsaber. Purple swish, purple line. Again, the swish without the curve is a little weird. Now that I'm used to it with the Yoda, but we make do. And speaking of Yoda, Mace Windu comes with a single hologram, and it is a tiny Yoda. So that's fun. I think we already have a tiny Yoda, so it's not like a be-all end-all accessory, but it is something cool. And here, speaking of cool, we have his gauntlets. We have left and right, left, right. So these will slip on easily. You have the hands that do have the Jedi General armor as well on them, as opposed to the just regular hands. He does also have these two little scrunchy bits, and I'll explain a little bit more about those afterwards, but they just help him convert into his other form. So let's take a closer look at Mace Windu here. So the one thing I can say, the sculpt does feel a little small. He just feels a little wide. And it doesn't fully look like Sam Jackson from every single angle. It's fine overall. I'm content. But there's just some angles where I'm not seeing Sam Jackson, especially because the prototype looks so good. For this to be an alright sculpt, it does a very good job at looking like a bald Samuel L. Jackson, which is default for Samuel L. Jackson. This is, I believe, before they decided moving eyes was the thing. Don't know how they would really do that on a bald guy anyway. But that's how it be. The robe feels like a different material than the previous Qui-Gon robe, which is good because I wasn't really a huge fan of that robe. This one feels a bit lighter. It does feel like it'll still stain, but at least the underneath is brown for once. This robe also has little flaring tassels here as opposed to any other Jedi robe. This one like flares out. Kind of cool. Very 90s though. Going back up, you can see his Jedi robes are a darker brown than most other Jedi robes, which is fine because that's how he is in the movies. The belt is great. It does have all the little pocket bits and a little lightsaber holding part right there. These pouches that are huge on the Sideshow Jedi, which are normal sized here, they do look great. The Jedi robes continue down, obviously, because he is not naked at any point. Bringing it down all the way to his pants, which look really nice underneath. And these boots, which have a little bit of extra detail than the usual Hot Toys Jedi boot. It's got a little bit more going on than just being like a slip-on boot, which is super cool. I don't know if this is the norm or if it's just him, because he does have a lot of exclusive bits to him that every other Jedi seems to not have. But, you know, that's just how it is. So, let's get this off real quick. Easy enough to do. You can see he's ready for battle, or at least one battle. His sleeves are just all the same color and still looks great. You can see how he looks without the robe on. This is more of a preferred look for me, but obviously my preferred look is his Clone Wars outfit. So back to these. So what it wants you to do is to, I take off the hand. You gotta take out a scrunchie here. And it wants you to like fold it over enough where you can put this over it. It's really hard to do on a camera, which seems to be par for the course for me. But it just wants you to like slide this over the folded bit. I'm really trying here and it's not happening. It took me forever even when I wasn't on camera, so it's a really, but it wants you to do that. But let's transition to Clone Wars armor. Converting Mace Windu over to general mode, it sucks, but it looks really good for the most part. Obviously, I have some work to do to make it look a little bit better. But I mean, for a start, it's not bad. The one side looks a lot better than the other. However, it's just really painful. Honestly, it might even be just easier to tape it if you don't care about not having it work. But anyway, now that I've gotten this guy all Jedi'd up, why don't we bring out a couple more Jedi? Let's start with the Masters. Slowly but surely, my Jedi council will grow. Obi-Wan will be soon. Anakin is on the council, but he's not a master, so he's not going to be here. Obviously, Yoda's very short, but this kind of shows what I feel. Like I said, his head feels just a little bit small, and it might be because he doesn't have any hair, but his head just feels slightly smaller because his body feels a little bit like wider. I think it's because the robes are so thick. But I mean, this is great so far. I can't wait for the Kid Fisto update. He's going to look great with these guys. So that 12 o'clock or whatever, 12-world Yoda looks great with everybody else. You can't even tell because they did such a good job at repeating him. Obviously, the Sideshow ones do stand out a little bit, but they do blend in when you have all your Jedi together. Which, speaking of, so I decided not to pull Qui-Gon out for this one. I don't want things to get a little too overcrowded here. So I pulled out Anakin and Ahsoka. And, I mean, the difference between the Clone Wars looks and the regular looks does stand out. But, man, just having all these Jedi together make me very happy. You know, we've been getting a lot of clones recently and a Jedi every now and then. But there are a lot of good Jedi out there. There's a lot of good Jedi in general that will probably never get a figure made of them. But the fact that we've gotten this far with people like Ki-Adi-Mundi or Plo Koon, before they were even popular from the Clone Wars, mind you, is awesome. Slowly but surely, I will have a nice little army of Jedi sitting on my shelf. But for now, I'm happy with what I have. But I'll always want more because I'm greedy. I'm a greedy man. Speaking of greedy, let's see how greedy I can get with the tolerances on Mace Windu's body. Shall we then? Mace Windu. So, nice fully connected head sculpt here, all in one piece. Life ending 360 degrees of baldness, up that far, down that far. Arm gets some pretty good up, pretty good back to back. Arm will go up that far. Arm will go back that far. Really solid bend there. Get some good articulation on these. Jedi are pretty loose in the, I mean, they have to be. It's an alright spread. Up that far. Doesn't go back at all. 90 degree on the knee. And there's some ankle articulation there overall. So for a Jedi, normally, he is quite posable. He can get the job done on most poses you need him to. But I mean, you only ever really need one pose, don't you? So why don't we get to the end of the video, shall we then? So all in all, another amazing Jedi added to the collection. Hot Toys, I mean, great for the most part. Again, the slight problem that I have is the sculpt being a little too small and not fully there. But overall, I mean, the extra accessories to make him Clone Wars themed, the robe feeling really good in hand, all of this other stuff. The Jedi robes are really good. Everything is tailored really nicely, so I can forgive a sculpt that's not fully there. Especially on somebody like Mace Windu. Well, maybe not so much on somebody like Mace Windu. Maybe if it was somebody like Plo Koon. But Mace Windu, you know, he's one serious guy. He does cause most of the problems in the prequels without really realizing it. But I'm happy with what I have here. And what I have is one BAMF. And we're going to be best friends until one of us dies. Who knows when that could be. If you got this guy, feel free to let me know. If you didn't get this guy as well, feel free to let me know. If you didn't get this guy because you had the original Sideshow version, what are you, crazy? That's like not getting the new Hot Toys Grievous because you have the Sideshow Grievous. That's just crazy talk. Get this guy as soon as you can because he is, you know, leagues better than the previous offering. As most Sideshow to Hot Toys upgrades do indeed go. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe because it helps the channel. Liking also helps the channel, turns out, wildly enough. And the channel's been doing pretty great recently. So I would love to keep that momentum up. And it starts with you guys. You guys are the best. And feel free to comment. Because you know I always go out of my way to chat with whatever you guys need to talk about. Pretty good about it. I'm pretty social. I have no real life, so you guys are it. And with all that out of the way, I've been me, and you've been you, and this has been Mace Windu. Hopefully you join me next time when we review something maybe new. I will see you then.